So today I do it again. I take colours and make them into monsters. Hey guys, I'm GreenFly. Welcome back to another video. And pretty much I decided, you know what? We're going to draw more monsters from colour again because you guys really liked it. And we also had quite a few colours left to actually pick from. So pretty much I'm going to be doing the same thing I did last time. Grabbing the wheel and letting it pick two colours for me. So yeah, like I said, we're just going to jump straight into it and see what colours we get today. Not sure what we'll be getting, but yeah, let's see what we get. I'll be going over the colours exactly that we got last time. Last ones we got pretty much, we got orange and we got purple. Our remaining colours are for today are, we have green, we have pink, yellow, red, brown and blue. That's our remaining colours, so yeah, let's see what we can get for today. Let's spin the wheel, let's see what we get. And our first colour is... oh, we have brown. Alright, not bad. Okay. That should be an interesting thing. Definitely interesting. Not too sure what we'll be getting from that. But, yeah, so... that is our first one. So, yeah, let's jump right into it and see what we can get from brown. What can we come up with, monster-wise, that kind of works with that colour? So, yeah, let's just jump right into it. Alright, so the first colour we are starting with today is brown. So having a look at a few little ideas and everything else, the idea that I decided to come with was to draw a tree ant. I have actually, don't think I've ever drawn a tree ant. I don't think I've ever actually needed to draw one or whatever, so this was definitely a good excuse to do it. But when I was also doing it, I was like, well, most tree ants and stuff like that have kind of like are vibrant, they've got like greenery and everything else and that, and then I had to look a little deeper into it. Some tree ants can be like undead or whatever, and I was like, well, what if I drew a tree ant but it's like it's lost all its leaves? It has like pretty much, it's now wandering a forest that it once had protected, but due to war or whatever, kind of like fallout or whatever, it's practically turned into a husk of itself. It's pretty much a dead tree in some case. So it once protected a lush forest, but unfortunately it had failed. So now it is not just one tree ant, it is 3 tree ants that have unfortunately merged together and are literally attacking anyone that disturbs the resting place of the once lush and green forest. So yeah, that's how I decided, you know what, I can get away with that kind of thing. So, but colour brown in a way, there's kind of trying to get around it, because I'm like, I've got to kind of make it look good, but there's some colours I'm trying to not use, everything else. Obviously, like the whole colour thing, I'm not limiting myself completely, to be honest. The colour thing is, like I've said before, is what do I see as the monster representing that kind of colour in some way. Like, for example, if it was, like I did in my last video, where I picked orange, I was like, well, orange kind of means some kind of like fire, kind of monster, something like, it could have been like the salamander thing, that's why I thought that kind of worked, that could be kind of cool. But, like I said, I kind of like to try and go as much as the brown as I possibly can. I had some little bits of stuff like that, some kind of white and all that, just to get some dust and all this. But I tried to limit myself to the colour as possible. But I might, like, you know, throw in some other little colours. The general idea of, like, the wasteland, I think this is, like, especially when you've got to think of, immediately I think of freaking Fallout and all this stuff like that. That's a good reference point sometimes. But I was also looking at some D&D versions and all that, you know, they've got some definitely different kind of tree ants and all that. And obviously got ones from like Lord of the Rings, though, nice like tree beard and all this and lush green. But obviously I was like, you know what, I need to make my own one. I need to make one that's like trying to protect what is left of this forest, even though it is all gone and decayed. But overall, this was definitely fun, and I'm just going to add, you know, the final touches. I might add maybe some green glow as well to bring it out. Okay, so now we're going to get a second colour since we did the first one, looks pretty good. And our second colour we've got for today is green, no, pink. Okay, so that is our second one. We have pink. Gonna have to really think about this one. Got a few ideas, but yeah. Let's see what we can come up with the pink. This should be another interesting one. I know I say that a lot, but it is. It truly is, because you have to really think what's going to actually work with that colour. So, yeah. We've done brown. Let's do pink. Alright, we now have pink. So, I had so many ways I wanted to kind of go with this. I kind of thought of like a monstrous pink jellyfish. I thought of like some kind of slime. I thought of like a hydra. I thought of a few different things, and then I was like, well, brains are pink. I've never drawn a brain. I've not actually had an excuse to draw a brain. Like literally, I've at all like not had the thing of like drawing a brain. I'm like so I really had to think of how I'm going to draw a brain. That was going to be interesting. So after thinking all those ideas, I decided, you know what, I'm going to merge everything together. It's like part almost jellyfishly. It has almost like slime kind of like hydra kind of like dragon kind of head at its bottom pretty much. It has like the jellyfish kind of like tendrils that come down, and pretty much you can see it's like giant like fluorescent brain inside its body. So yeah, I kind of decided, you know what, I'm gonna just merge all these bits together, because there was so many ways I really wanted to go with it, and the thing that kept sticking out is like, do a monster that's like a brain. It's pink. It's like you do a slime. It's like, well, a slime you can kind of like do a few things with and stuff. But it's like, well, jellyfishes can be like any color, and they really can. I was like, this is a monster. I can kind of go where I want. But as I was kind of adding bits and more, I was starting to like definitely like it. That's for sure. The brain was definitely interesting. I generally had to look up, what does a brain look like? Like, yeah, what does it look like? Obviously I have an idea what a brain looks like, because obviously I've seen like second zombie films and whatever and other things, let's be honest. But generally when you actually have to look at it, you're like, okay, it's got a lot of like lines and all this like going everywhere and stuff like that, and I was like, well, I can give it some kind of look, because its body's transparent like a jellyfish, but it has almost slime kind of tentacles that actually are like its heads, like they're actually its mouths in a way. It's like, really, it was definitely really out there, but I was like, this is a monster. I can go as much as possible that I really want it. I think that this one, I can't believe how many ideas I really had for the color pink, and when I was trying to do individual ones and all that, I was like, I'm not too sure, and then when I put them together, I was like, you know what, this could work. This can, I think, really work. And then I thought, well, let's also have it that if it is like this pink thing, this jellyfish, well, maybe it should like live in some kind of like weird pinkish glowing sea, some kind or whatever. Definitely the kind of place you don't want to be in. That is definitely for sure. Maybe it's some kind of river you have to get across and all that, and you might run into this gigantic brain jellyfish that can attack you with, well, it doesn't have to show its full self. It can literally turn in, like, these people think it's a dragon and actually find out it's something much more horrific. And there you guys have it. We've made two cool monsters once again. One with brown and one with pink. This was definitely an interesting challenge to do. I mean, I've done the first one and that was the thing, but it definitely gets interesting because these were colours I didn't have really a first idea where I wanted to go with. But then after having a wee thought and everything else, the brown was kind of going something that's wooden, nature, everything else. I had that kind of vibe. But the pink was definitely the one I had to think of the most. There was a few different ideas that I had and everything else. But overall, I'm kind of glad the way I kind of went. I kind of decided, you know what? I'm going to just merge a bunch of things and see how we go with that. And honestly, I quite liked it. I actually quite liked the look of it. Also, I've never drawn a brain before. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but yeah, never drawn a brain. So that was never an interesting one. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this. This has been, again, really fun. I really guys enjoyed it. And you guys seem to have enjoyed the first one. So hey, if you really like this one as well, then maybe I'll do the remaining colours. I think we've only got 4 left. I'll have to double check, but yeah, I think we've only got 4 left. So yeah, if you guys really like it, then maybe I'll do the remaining colours. Maybe we'll do the last ones, and yeah, should be interesting for those ones as well. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been amazing doing this again. It's been really fun. It's obviously very challenging as well, that's for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm GreenFly. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.